In this video, I want to go back, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 months ago, and that's where you get the title. How NBA 2K20 went from good to great. I'll be covering a few things in this video, going back to old gameplay just to bring back the nostalgia of when I feel like 2K20 was at its peak and at its most fun. If you guys do enjoy this video, do me a favor and drop a like. Let's aim for 2,000 likes and hit that sub button and make sure you have post notifications on so you don't miss a video. Let's start the discussion of how 2K went from great to good, and let's get right into the video. Alright YouTube, it's Quil, and I'm coming back at you with the new video, and let's not waste any time. You guys already see what's going on in the gameplay. First gameplay of the video is old gameplay, when I feel like 2K was at its peak, when the behind the back was in the game, right? If you guys are a guard, you guys know this feeling. Once they took out the behind the back, everything changed on 2K20, literally everything. And by the way, before I get into the discussion, I read every single comment, so let me know how you guys feel. Let me know if you guys agree with me, if you disagree with me, what you think about what I'm saying. Trust me, you're gonna want to stay throughout the whole video and just listen to the points I'm saying and all the different things that I want to talk about. But first things first is the behind the back. If you guys have been watching over the gameplay while I've been talking, you guys just see, I feel like not only is it way more entertaining to watch, but it was just way more fun to play. And I haven't even gotten into how taking out the behind the back made it so offensive threats, playmaking shot creators, all these offensive minded builds, pure offensive minded builds got worse. And that's when these two-way slashing playmakers, these taller point guard builds that couldn't utilize the behind the back, got more overpowered. So just taking out the behind the back itself was a minor nerf to the offensive threat build. But you guys see, look at what you could do with the behind the back in the game. That was a full gameplay of me on the 1v1 court with the behind the back. And now it's gonna get into the gameplay without the behind the back. And you guys are gonna see a completely different play style. You guys saw that man, I was shooting threes, I was dunking on him, he wasn't even close to me. It was straight cooks with the behind the back in the game. That move was so good. But now you guys are gonna see how you're forced to play. Now you don't straight cook people out their shoes anymore. It's really hard. The behind the back was so fast, so efficient, you could perfect it as you could just cook people out their shoes. You see now, I'm still cooking them, I'm getting by him, getting my buckets, but it just doesn't look as flashy. It looks way more simple, and you gotta have quicker shots and just quicker reactions to when you actually get open. Now I'm gonna talk about the behind the back a little bit more the further we get into this video, but the next thing I wanted to focus on, now this doesn't really affect me, but I know this affects a lot of you guys, is the change to Hot Zone Hunter. You guys remember for the first 3-4 months of the game, we had Hot Zone Hunter, it was our My Career hotspots, and the majority of us had them all around the court. Then, out of nowhere, 2K hits us with the patch, which I'm pretty sure they made it, they fixed it. This now, how Hot Zone Hunter is now, is how it was intended to be, but you can't tease us with having it be, you know, we can get it whenever we want from My Career, to now, your last 25 park games is what affects it. It killed a lot of people's hot zones, it made a lot of people shoot worse. Now, I do agree it's a skill gap, and this is how it should be, but like I said, you can't have it how it was and then take it out of the game. It led people on to how it would be, and then they took it out, and it made a lot of people mad. But now is when I want to talk about the behind the back, and if you guys have been watching this gameplay, then you guys see it doesn't look as entertaining. That's at least my opinion, right? But now is when you guys need to understand something. Every year in 2K, the game evolves. We discover more things and better moves as the year goes on, right? Every year that happens. And by the way, this next gameplay right here, same thing, when the behind the back was in the game. And this is with Steph Curry size up, and this is where I'm getting into my next point. Imagine if we would have had the behind the back in the game with how I'm using Pro 6, with how people are using AI, especially now how people know how to quick shot. I feel like this would be the most fun 2K ever. Imagine if we could spam this behind the back while we knew how to quick stop, because back then, I mean, I'm pretty sure some people knew how to quick stop. I saw some people doing it out of the Sham God, but people realized you could quick shot instantly out of the behind the back every time. It's game changing for play shots. It's game changing for these offensive threat builds, and it makes these two-way slashing playmakers weaker. Yes, two-way slashing playmakers was still one of the best builds with the behind the back in the game. It was. We all know it still is. It probably is the best build right now. So every single offensive build, like I said, the play shot, the slashing playmaker, the offensive threat, any pure offensive minded build got much weaker. And now you see all these builds with Hall of Fame defensive badges. You see all these builds not wanting to shoot threes and just drive to the paint. And I don't know, it's not right. Just pay attention to this gameplay. Look at it. Look at what you can do with the behind the back in the game. It's like a little nostalgia thing, right? I was thinking, you know, maybe I'm just thinking about it wrong. Maybe the behind the back wasn't even that good. But then I went back, got this gameplay for you guys, and I've really thought about it as I was watching it. I'm watching it right now with you guys. It just looks more entertaining. And I haven't done not one quick shot. I'm not using Pro 6. I'm using Steph Curry. Now, Steph Curry was insanely good with the behind the back. Same with Kobe. But I feel like Pro 6 would have been even better. AI would have been even better. Quick stopping with the behind the back would have made the game so fun. Like, I don't know how many times I gotta say it, but the game would have been at its peak right now, especially with everything going on. The game would have been fun, but they decided to take it behind the back. And this is another thing I wanted to show you guys. Take a look at this. This is literally me winning a game because of the behind the back. And I don't care what you say. I could do this without it in the game. But it's not like it was super overpowered. I want you guys to take a look at the guy's defense that was playing me. I literally win this game off of shooting nothing but threes off the behind the back, cooking them back and forth, behind the back, back and forth, behind the back. And I know what you guys are probably thinking. Oh, well, it was too overpowered. Hear me out. If you guys are still watching this, hear me out. Like I said, I read every single comment. Let me know what you guys think. But this is one of my main points in the video about the behind the back. And the reason why I'm talking about it the majority of this video is that's what I feel like really ruined 2K. How 2K went from great to good. It was great with the behind the back in the game, and not everything was even discovered yet. Next thing you know, they take out the behind the back, and in my opinion, the game got way more boring. I have not played 2K nearly as much without the behind the back in the game as I did with it in the game. People can say, oh, you're behind the back made, whatever, that's fine. But I just don't have as much fun playing as I did before. And now let me get into my point. And it's that the behind the back, although it was a good move, let's not act like we haven't seen moves like this throughout 2K. All they needed to do with the behind the back was nerf the tight handles badge. I know you guys probably forgot about this until I mentioned it. The Hall of Fame tight handles with the behind the back, if they're playing you too close, you literally would make them stumble every single time. Like, I 1v1 Bandit 10 times and I 10-0'd them, and it's because I just mastered how to with the behind the back, how to just get somebody to stumble every single time. And now, even though I enjoyed that, obviously I know it wasn't balanced. All they needed to do was nerf the tight handles badge, take that off, and then maybe make you drain a little bit more stamina while you do the behind the back. You do those two things, leave the behind the back in the game, imagine where 2K20 would be at right now. It wouldn't be dominated by interior finishers. It wouldn't be dominated by these slashers just hop-stepping our life away. Two-way slashing playmakers hop-stepping our life away. It wouldn't be surrounded by all these cheesy, no-skilled builds. You would actually need a 86 ball control or higher to be a dominant guard on the game. Now, there's no point in having an 86 ball control. You have these facilitating finishers, you have these 6'7" builds with a 70-something ball control like the two-way 3-level facilitator that I have now. If the behind the back was in the game, I would never have even thought to make that build. Because why would I make a build without the behind the back? But now, the only thing that makes you want an 86 ball control is the quick stop right away, the one where you tap down on the analog stick. But I showed you with the two-way 3-level that it doesn't really matter that much. But as this game comes to an end, I hope you guys enjoyed this gameplay. I hope it brought you a little bit of nostalgia. You guys see how for the game, watch how many times I do the behind the back in this clip. Watch how I break him. behind the back left, behind the back right. He can't guard me. I end the game, but imagine what I could do if I had the quick stop back then. Imagine what we could do now if we had the quick stop with the behind the back. I don't know. Let me know what you guys thought. Let me know how you feel about this in the comments. If you guys did enjoy this video, do me a favor, leave a like, sub if you're new, and I'm out.